Radio check. Let's go. Right. Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first round. Oh, actually, no. It's preseason testing for Tier 2. We've already had Tier 3. We've already had Tier 1. And there were a couple of issues, which is why we do preseason testing, of course. So hopefully Tier 2 goes a little bit more swimmingly. We've got 15 drivers lined up at the moment, ready to take on this very difficult track, I must say. Very easy to spin around Abu Dhabi, and it is definitely notorious for doing so. Yeah, so I don't know why we've not got any game volume though. There we go. Finally have a little bit of game audio. And have we got... Right. So, it's a new season, which means a couple of new sponsors as well. We have got some really, really good sponsors this season. We've got the likes of High Caliber, who's... hold on, let me quickly get my notes. So the first sponsor that we actually did sign up this season is David Racing, which is a small startup company founded by one of our drivers, David, and they'll be giving out £5 Amazon gift cards to the winners of Tiers 2 and 3. We've got F1WL, the official Instagram, also sponsoring us, promoting us, and straight away we go for a spin. Into the wall goes NXS Exotic. No worries, we'll go to ST Plays. Anyway, resuming, Grid Finder is a massive company. You should all know by now. It supports 40,000 sim racers by helping them find leagues, commentators, and livery designers through their website. Make sure to check it out. And they'll be providing an F1 poster for the winners of all 3 tiers. Superfan Racing is another sponsor this season, and they've been sponsoring the league for quite a while. They are very loyal sponsors, and they produce incredible items such as hoodies, shoes, etc. And they will be providing the Tier 1 and Tier 2 winners a F1 2023 season calendar, which includes promo codes for their company, which is really cool. And I'm very excited for the person who does get to win that. High Caliber, of course, small company, but an absolutely incredible owner. We've had the pleasure of speaking with the owner, Anthony himself. He races in this league. He is racing right now. It's High Caliber 4884 who runs that. We've got Pit Stop Prizes, who are a competition website offering amazing motorsport inspired prizes, such as merchandise, GP tickets, and a lot more. And they will offer a £10 voucher for P2 of all the tiers. Next up, we have Lagara Motorsports. They produce a wide range of collections, such as driver hallmarks, tributes, and special projects. They will kindly be providing us 1 t-shirt of choice to the winners of all 3 tiers, which is very generous of them. And then we go to Formula Rings, who creates rings which are inspired of the real F1 teams and their colours, etc. And they will be giving P3 50% off of all their products. We've got a couple more sponsors, such as Racetracks Art. You'll find 700 different layouts of racetracks from all over the world, finished in materials ranging from wood, carbon, and neon LED. It's a great way to start to add a motorsport theme to any room, and they will kindly be providing us a custom trophy to the winners of all 3 tiers. So trophies are getting handed out at the end of the season. Very exciting news there. RCSG Graphics is also a new upcoming graphics design company, and they will be providing the graphics that you're seeing across Instagram, across the server, and potentially even TikTok. Anyway, Jack, the 3-time champion from Tier 1, has gone P3, so we'll see what he can do. Robert Boss coming across the line, not setting any particularly quick laps. Jeezy Boy is definitely a man on a lap though, 14 seconds up on his delta time. He's looking pretty neat and tidy as he makes his way through the second sector now. The third sector is of course the most difficult in Abu Dhabi. But resuming with the sponsors, we have 60 Iconic, who is going to be providing an F1 themed canvas. I have actually got one myself and it is brilliant, I must say. It's really nice to look at and it's really top quality, so yeah, I definitely do recommend that. Even if you don't win, I would buy it yourself, because for what you get, it's in the end it's not that expensive. Oh, speaking of sector 3 troubles, Jeezy Boy has managed to face the wrong way as he looks his teammate dead in the eye. NXS Exotic spoke to him before the race and he's hoping to deliver on this very, very difficult track. We'll go on board with NXS Exotic as he makes his way through the first corner then. Very nice indeed, and this section is of course all the way flat if you dare it to be, and he is taking it all the way flat, so props to him as he makes his way down to the notorious turn 4 where Max Verstappen stole the championship off Lewis Hamilton, of course, in 2021. It was a remarkable moment that nobody in the history of Formula 1 will ever forget, that's for sure. But we still have, believe it or not, a couple of sponsors. Reaction Time F1 Podcast will be providing a $25 Xbox gift card to the winner of Tier 1, and it's run by a driver called Big Homie, who is also, if I'm not mistaken, racing today. No, he's not. But he is a driver in our league. He's a very nice guy. He used to drive for Red Bull. Now he is driving for Alpine, I think. Could be wrong. As Harry goes to the top of the sheet with a 124.269. Very good lap time there for the Haas driver and the reigning champion, of course. How is NXS Exotic? Oh, that's track limits, but it's not been invalidated, so it might not have gained him as much time as it seemed to have as he comes into the pit lane. So Exotic, oh, nearly running into the pit wall there. Now we're looking at Mike's Pat, who goes P11 with a pretty poor lap time. 6 seconds off the pace. Mixtakis is on a lap though, as he makes his way through the sector 2. It's a beautiful shot here of the Alfa Romeo, which is currently getting a rebuild by one of our sponsors, High Caliber, who is the team owner at the team, but he's also a driver and he's an amazing guy. He will definitely bring the team some success and return it to its former glory. But Mixtakis now making his way through the third sector. It's an incredibly difficult sector to hook up. Oh, all the way on the limit there. He looks very hooked up though, I'll give him that. As his red light's flashing, his ERS might have run out. Is he going to complete the lap? Yes, he is. He's going to round the final corner, and where is this going to put him? He's going to come across the line, and he's going to stay P6 and eventually not improve at all. Last two sponsors then, Mo Push USA. It's a sim racing gloves company owned by a racing driver. Chris Walsh is the man behind Mo Push. They offer super high quality gloves that can be used for sim racing or karting, whatever you choose. And there are a range of designs based on Formula 1 teams. So if you wanted to look like you are a Red Bull or Mercedes driver, you can do that with Mo Push USA. Definitely go check them out. And they will be given a 60% off code for the P2 and P3 of each tier, and a 15% server-wide discount code. So make sure to join the server and make sure to make use of that code, because it's definitely worth it. If you look at what you're getting, 15% off of their really good products is always something you want to get. Formula Prints as well is a company who provide a wide range of products such as phone cases, posters, mugs and more, and they will be providing the winners of Tier 2, Tier 1 and Tier 2 with an F1 phone case of their choice. That sounds very exciting, but that is all the sponsors. So definitely go make sure to check all of them out if you have the time. They're really good companies and they're really good to work with as well. But we are now focused fully on qualifying, as Mixtakis definitely is going to box now. There's no way he's doing 3 laps in a row. Firefly, the man at AlphaTauri, raced a couple of times I think last season. Did nothing amazing. I think he got a podium, but that's about it. So now new team. He went from Alfa Romeo to AlphaTauri. Across the line. Oh wow, he's going to go top by 0.5 of a second. Brilliant lap from Firefly to put him right at the top and looking pretty unbeatable, if I do say so myself. Yeah, Red Bull, definitely a team that has success, and AlphaTauri definitely has success in Tier 2. They are reigning champions in both the Drivers and Constructors Championships, and they will definitely be trying to maintain that. And Firefly is off to a good start. But of course, long season ahead of us, 10 races to go, with this not even being round 1. This is just pre-season testing, as we are used to a couple of mistakes from Codemasters and a couple of issues when people are joining lobbies. So we just need to make sure everybody knows how it works here at a race weekend in F1WL as we watch ST Plays cross the line now. Oh wow, he got his top, just about beating out Firefly. Brilliant lap from ST Plays. Definitely didn't expect that. Arnold Gamer not on a lap at the moment. Jack also not on a lap. I wonder if he's going to start up a lap now. So we're going to go on board with Jack, who is notoriously insane during the race. He beat everyone in Season 4, which was one of the best seasons of F1WL, if not the best season, where there was a sick three-way battle between myself, Sam, Big Master Sam, and Jack, this driver right here. And in the end, Jack did win the championship by around 14 points. Still haunts me to this day. But, you know, he was deservedly the champion. He drove incredibly all season. I made some mistakes, so did Sam. Yeah, Jack is just a different level when it comes to consistency. But anyway, he's showing that now by not making any mistakes going through the lap here. I hope it's not the commentator's curse, but luckily he's kept it on track through Sector 2. Only one sector to negotiate now. It's definitely the most difficult sector. For some reason, we're not getting a ping for the stream. So I will ping everyone for the stream. The bot is not working, so I apologize. Anyway, we're back. Jack goes to P4, couple of hundredths off P3, and then a long way off from P1 and 2. SD Plays, Firefly, really making a name for themselves there, as Sinojo, another good driver for Red Bull, as he makes his way through that second to last corner. Now the final corner definitely needs to improve here, as he crosses the line, goes to P9. Not the end of the world, not that bad of a lap. High Caliber then, bottom of the time trial. Laps sent in, as he takes a little excursion off the track, but there we go again. High Caliber makes a mistake, goes round in the third sector. It's a corner where we see everyone spin, as Exotic now making his way on his first lap. He's not had a good run of form at the moment, nearly getting blocked by his teammate there. That would have been hard boiled blood between the two McLarens, who we saw do incredibly well in Tier 3 earlier this evening. And there is a stream there if you want to rewatch it or watch it for the first time. It was definitely worth watching, as the McLaren, little spoiler, did win, but I'm not going to tell you which one. NXX Exotic now making his way through. Red Bull getting out of the way there, and now not the greatest exit, but he'll have to make it work. I've been told to read chat. Hold on. Getting there, ST Plays. I'm way better than Jack. 22.49 was my pole. Yeah, Jack Ledford, absolute beast at this game. 7/10 quicker than this was his lap time. There is no doubt that Jack Ledford is one of the best qualifiers in F1WL. One of the best drivers in F1WL as well. His race pace is also just as insane. So he will be having his... Oh my god, there he goes. NXX Exotic doing it again. He spins around, and that is his qualifying pretty much over, if I'm not mistaken. Everybody now in the pit lane apart from Robert Boss and A22. A22 is on a really stinky lap at the moment, so we'll see if he goes on another lap or if this is it for him. He's just charged up his ERS, and I think we're going to get going with A22 ESPT Lotus. Here we go then. The flat corners there. A lot of drivers can actually make mistakes as he comes right in behind traffic. Oh my word, that is very close for comfort for the Ferrari driver. And that could definitely be a penalty for the Mercedes, who came out right in front of him. Oh, Jack Ledford, I'm making him blush. Can you believe it? The GOAT is getting... Oh, the GOAT is blushing. Wow. Anyway, a lot of traffic actually coming up for A22. That's a brilliant apex for the Ferrari, and again, really using all of the track. My mate Harry is saying, bro, what have I done? I'm sorry, Harry. You're in P3, mate. Good stuff. Anyway, A22 setting a pretty competitive middle sector. 53.171 is the middle sector split. Looking good, but there is a McLaren staring him in the eyes, and here it comes. Okay, he's gotten out of the way. All good then. So it is not Firefly's debut. F1WL, mate. That's Mick. It's not. He raced in Hungary, I think. Yeah, because he finished P2 or P3. I don't know. Anyway, A22 crosses the line. He's run out of ERS a little bit, slightly, and he goes P4. So that's actually a really good lap time for him. We'll go to Firefly, a man who's contesting for pole. And is his qualifying over or not? No, he's probably still going to go for another lap, but not that interesting at the moment. We'll go to Jack, who is also not on lap. Sorry. Nobody really seems to be on laps, unless Mano is. And Mano is on a lap, but he is 1/10 down after the first sector, which is not ideal. Not ideal at all for him. Of course, he was leading the championship, and he was looking like a real championship protagonist last season in Tier 3, but threw a bit of a hissy fit and then left the league. Sorry, Mano, had to be said. Then he left the league, and somebody else won the championship, and that is the man currently in P3, and who is also in chat. F1WL was surprised that ST Players is on pole. He never had any last season. Yeah, he is on fire at the moment in Abu Dhabi. His lap time is absolutely insane for Tier 2 standards. Only 7/10 off Tier 1 pole, set by someone who is ridiculously quick over one lap. But yeah, Mano will be looking to beat that lap time as he makes his way through the last few corners now. This corner that he's coming up to is completely flat if you dare to take it so. And he does. And he makes his way through the final corner now. This has to be a good lap. ST Plays is done for his qualifying, so he's not going to improve. Mano across the line. P5, not that bad. But what is Firefly doing? His Firefly's off the track, so he's not going to be on pole. What about Harry? Could Harry take away pole and the death of this session? Yeah, Jack, the 3-time champion in P7, not a great start for him, but we know how his race pace can be. We know how consistent he is. He's never been great in quality, but Harry is looking absolutely on fire right now, using every inch of the track that he could possibly use. And he might just go over the edge here as he makes these final few corners. These are so difficult to get right as he sparks away under the lights in Abu Dhabi. The final 2 corners left to negotiate here. It's Harry looking to steal pole position from ST Plays. Oh, he goes off the track and he bins it. And that is Harry's lap done and dusted. It's so unfortunate. Ironlock Gamer, the only man left to do a lap time as he goes very wobbly over the final 2 curbs. Doesn't look like he's pushing too much. No, he doesn't improve in the end. Now High Caliber is the only one who can disrupt the party here for ST Plays. ST Plays, could he be on his first pole position? He will be on his first pole position. High Caliber is not going to improve as he gets the final corner, and then it is ST Plays on pole position. It's the first pole position for the Mercedes driver, and that comes as a shock because that lap time was set in the middle of the session and nobody else has improved. So congratulations to ST Plays for getting his first pole position, but it will... Oh, Jack improved to P3, by the way, so that's a good lap time from him, a 1:23.999, just about getting into the 23s. Yeah, not going too well for Alfa Romeo indeed. There's a new teamer, what am I saying? New team owner, new goals, but none met. That's well said from F1WL right there. Look at that. ST Plays taking pole position just ahead of Firefly by 600s, less than 600s even. Jack in P3 for Red Bull. Harry in P4, the reigning champion of Tier 3, of course. A22 in P5, Mano P6, the championship protagonist in early Season 3 last season. Jeansy in P7, Mike's Pad on his debut in F1WL in P8. Luigi Sven, P2 in the championship last season. He's P9 now. Ironlord Gamer in P10 for his debut in Aston Martin. Kukumalakis, the GOAT in P11. Tenojo P12. McStackis P13. Robert Boss in P14. High Caliber, the team owner of Alfa Romeo in P15. And NXX Exotic P16. And it's Procan. And it's Procan who lines up at the back of the grid for the pre-season testing here in Tier 2 F1WL. We have got a little bit of a break though as the drivers prepare the setups, prepare the race strategies, and then we'll be underway with the formation lap, and then it's going to be lights out for the race start, and it's going to be absolutely insane. There's always carnage at Abu Dhabi. Turn 4, turn 5, turn 1 as well. It all goes down, and we're going to see, I reckon, at least 4 spins in the opening lap. So yeah, just bear with us right now. It takes 30 seconds. There you go. And then we'll be underway. Driver's not taking too long. Getting excited and ready for the Tier 2 pre-season testing. So then the formation lap is underway, and we've got a lovely little sunset view of the 20 cars lined up on the grid in Abu Dhabi. It's the Mercedes who leads the way here. We need the lap data, we don't need the telemetry. Do we need the detail? Yeah, we're going to look at position change. Actually, no, we're not going to look at anything. Here we go, the predicted pit stop strategy, the medium to hard or the 2-stop, the medium hard. All very viable options as Harry rejoins the server, the lobby, sorry. And there you can see the beautiful racetrack that is Abu Dhabi. Hundreds of different layouts that you could possibly take here, but we are taking the Grand Prix layout as we get a beautiful shot here of all the cars trying to warm up their tyres, weaving as much as they can. Temperatures are very, very difficult to get in at this track here, especially during a formation lap, because you put the tyre pressure so low, because during a race they can get really, really warm. Put tyre pressure so low, which means they'll heat up a lot less quickly, and that means you're going to have a hard time during the formation lap. Here we go then on board with the Mercedes as we look at a very, very nice, and this corner as well was a great moment in the 2021 championship where Verstappen just about held on after an attacking Lewis Hamilton tried to get the better of him, but in the end only one man could win, and that was Max Verstappen under some questionable circumstances. But yeah, here we go then, the final few corners, and then the drivers will have to slot themselves into the grid, of course, for the first time. Oh, Firefly going for a little spin on the formation lap. Not a great way to start his debut for AlphaTauri. Bit of an embarrassing moment there for Firefly, but I'm sure it's all going to be good. It's just the formation lap anyway as he gets going again, and he's going to have to make his way past a couple of cars to get to his P2 grid slot. Yeah, there we go, as he steams through a couple of cars. Robert Boss gets disqualified from the grid starting order because he lined up incorrectly. There we go, Kukumalakis does it again. He was very sideways. You can see one car pointing completely to the left. Anyway, here we go then. The lights are about to go out. Are we going to get the first light? Green flags are waving in the background. Surely we're going to get a couple of lights soon. Might be a problem with Harry, who's just rejoined and is breaking the lobby ever so slightly. Yeah, still no light, so it's taken a bit of a while. All this time, the tyres are cooling off. Migrating host. Here we go. This should fix it. Yeah, 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 5 lights incredibly quickly. And it's lights out and away we go. Some cars get off the line and some cars don't get off the line at all. So it's a crazy start right now. I don't know what's going on. As we go into turn 1, then a couple of incidents already, as we can see. A couple of cars going sideways there, as I see the McLaren going completely sideways. We've got a couple of cars now. Oh, that's a massive crash. Jeansy boys completely spun out there with a bit of a collision with, I believe that was Jack, as we now follow Firefly, who's had a horrendous start going from P2 to P4, and we've got a little bit more contact in the back. That is Mano on Tsunojo. Luckily, it was not resulting in any spins whatsoever, but we've got a seemingly decent start as we get more predictive pit stop strategies. All seems pretty clean right now. Are we going to get any change for the lead? Harry is ghosted because he's not actually in the session. He's going to have an incredible start. We're gonna have to win. Jack takes the lead then, and ST Plays is not far behind. I'm gonna have to invite Luigi. I'm very sorry. But he is the lobby host, so I have to invite him. I'm very sorry for this quick disturbance. There we go. He's in the lobby. We can get back to commentating. ST Plays now makes his way past the ghosted Harry, and Firefly needs to put the jets on because losing DRS. Oh, there goes Jack. We were complimenting him on his racecraft, and he's just made a mistake, and he's tumbling down the order as he's already. Oh, there goes Firefly! This is an absolute disaster class for the Red Bull Academy, as they both spin in a matter of seconds away from each other. ST Plays takes the lead of the race. No, he doesn't. Harry takes the lead of the race, but he's still ghosted, so that's a bit unfortunate for him. Oh, for God's sake, we've got to invite a lot of people. Harry 5902. I'm very sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen, but the drivers do take priority in this, and they need to get invited. So what battles are we looking at? We're going to put up the interval between all the cars. I'm going to put up the position change. Who are the big winners? Tsunojo making massive gains on the first lap. 8 positions up from P12 to P4. Absolute crazy scenes as he's now up to P4 and chasing down A22 as he deploys a lot of ERS. Look at that battery usage though. He's already on 16%, so Tsunojo really needs to start his saving as we see a little bit of a move here coming up the inside potentially. No, round the outside goes Mano though. Round the outside are 2 cars potentially. Brilliant move in the making, but no, he just gets round the outside of his teammate as we see some squabbling in the back as well. That's Arnold Gamer on Robert Boss. Luckily no contact as of yet though, as Mano is pushing Luigi's Sven through the corners. Luigi also making an incredible start so far, up to P5 from P9 after a disappointing qualifying. As we see, as McStackis is the first to retire. Could this potentially be a safety car? Oh, Firefly's had a crash with McStackis, and that's going to be a 5-second time penalty in it. And in the background there's a crash as well. Korkamalakis spins round the final corner, and Luigi Sven is just in front of all this madness at the moment, and ST Plays still finding it difficult to actually get past Harry, but he's back in the session now, and Harry is defending for his life now. The Mercedes driver is not going to make it easy for him though, as he heads down into turn 5. He's going to swoop it down the inside, and that's going to be his position for the taking. Hopefully he doesn't get hit by Harry in the rear. No, he doesn't. Harry goes down to P2, but he probably has a significant amount of battery more. Here he comes again. Harry now going to try to go around the outside of this long sweeping left-hander the same way Lewis Hamilton tried, but couldn't quite do it. And I think we might just have a restart here because a lot of people are disconnecting. But anyway, we're gonna commentate because that's what we're here for. And ST Plays really now needs to try and conserve some ERS because Harry is dominating the ERS side of things. We might get a restart, we'll see how it is, but yeah, we're going to continue. Yeah, Harry takes the fastest lap after his small disconnection, and that's, yeah, we're gonna restart. Unfortunately, this game is absolutely awful. We've seen it with the 24 Hours of Le Mans as well. Max Verstappen was not happy after a couple of disconnects. We're going to take a full track map, and we're going to take a look at a bit of telemetry as well to see how some of the drivers are stacking up in the ERS side of things. We could get a cheeky little move on a disconnected car, so that's not really that interesting. And oh, Westy Plays has gotten back past Harry, so he's drained all of his ERS. Are we going to get a restart? That's the question. Yeah, we are going to get a restart, so I do apologise for that. It's going to be a short wait. I'm sure we're going to try and organise something to make it go as quickly as possible. We had a couple of issues, and we are going to restart. Anyway, what should we have a look at? We're going to have a look at... my trophy. Yeah, what about that? How do I see that? Trophy room? There we go. Whoa, look at that. Isn't that just incredible? So yeah, here we go. The Saudi Arabia career champion. I don't know what that means. I won at Saudi Arabia. Isn't that incredible? Australia, I won at Australia. I won the championship in a career mode. Can you believe it? It's absolutely insane. I got 15th position in a weekly event. I got first position in a weekly event. I got 1,000th. Lol. And 1,700th. So, wow. P1 in a weekly event. Isn't that incredible? I'm well good. But yeah, those are my trophies. Isn't that incredible? And then we're going to look at the virtual showroom. We're going to look at the car that is on pole position. Wow. The Mercedes, dude. The Mercedes. Actually, no, I'm going to give you a cheeky little track guide on the controller. In the Red Bull, of course. Around Abu Dhabi. So don't switch off the stream, by the way, guys. We will be back very, very shortly. Oh, it's during the day, but that's fine. So, final corner. You know, it's very hard to get right. And now, this is where you start the lap and into the first corner then. It's a long sweeping left-hander as we go through the flat section, which I'm not going to try and take flat because I'm on controller. Boom. As we bounce over the curb and into this corner. This is actually really nice little overtaking area, which you can definitely make some really nice moves out of as we go through 7th gear now. Getting some cheeky cinematic shots. Wow. And then this is probably the best overtaking spot, as we did get an invite for the lobby. Oh, that apex is mint, by the way. And that. Making the track as short as possible, and then through here. Whoa, Carl really wants to step out there on the rear end, as you can see, and then making the track very short. Bosh, that is not a track invalidation, mate. What you're saying? And then this is the corner that everybody struggles at. That's the wall. This is flat. I'm going to take a flat for the bounce. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I swore. I'm sorry. And cheeky little donut. Wow. Right, I have got an invite. But I'm going to get an arse whipping because I did swear, guys. No, man. I used vulgar language. No. No. I don't know what just happened. My entire game just broke. Don't be afraid. I haven't sandbagged my time, Jack Ledford, bro. What is this? I just don't spend time on time trial. 27.3, that's an amazing lap time, bro. What are you saying? That is an incredible lap time. 27.3. That is brilliant. The times I'm going to set in qualifying next week, bro, I'm going to set a 21.1. You best believe I'm going to set that lap time, bro. No, I've literally not done a single lap around Abu Dhabi. Apart from that 27.3. Anyway, does anyone want to hear the satisfying click? Does anyone want to hear the click difference of a Thrustmaster compared to a Fanatec? This is a Thrustmaster, right? Clunky click. Oh, lovely click. And then, gonna switch over to the Fanatec. Oh, that is mint. Can't wait to actually be able to drive with it. But Fanatec forgot my quick release. Fanatec forgot the quick release. I don't know if I'll be able to race in Tier 1 next week. In my opinion, they should just let me drive in Tier 3. And then I will be able to race on controller. But there is really not a lot to say right now. Jack Ledford is happy that my quick release is missing. That is just... Jack, I thought we wanted to have a really nice championship fight, mate, but apparently not. You just want to win it, yeah? I thought we were going to be battling around every corner of every track, of every lap, of every second, of every minute, of every hour, of every day, of every week, of every month. And that's about it, really. What is a quick release? It connects the base to the wheel, bro. You can't drive without a quick release. Oh, Jack Ledford doesn't have a quick release. Nah. Jack, bro, you need a quick release. Or a clamping ring, at least. Oh, Jack Ledford makes a bold claim that he'll be ahead at every time so that we won't be able to battle at all. Wow. Wow. Bro, I see how it is. Your wheel came with... Why didn't my wheel come with it then, bro? Bro, UPS is terrible, by the way. I hope they don't sponsor us in the next season because they sent my Fanatec as 4 different packages, bro. That's a madness. And then one of them got sent to Hamburg, and I live in Frankfurt. Bro, like, come on now. That is like 800 kilometers away from where I live. And now they sent it back to Fanatec, and Fanatec got it, but they're not responding to my email because of the weekend. So now, hopefully, they send it to me quickly, and then I still have to install it, and I don't know how that works because I don't have a Windows PC. And then... yeah, it's it. And then I've also got a rig which cannot withstand a Fanatec, bro. Like it's on the verge of snapping every time I brake because I've pressed down the brake because that is somehow secured. And you have to push down like 110 kilos or something crazy like that. And then when you push it down, it like bends the metal. Oh, Jack Ledford bought the clamp 3 weeks ago and hasn't come yet. So we're all praying for Jack Ledford's clamp to not come so that he has to race on a Logitech. Anyway, I apologise for the long wait, and we have dropped a couple of viewers as well, which is really unfortunate, but it's all good. And actually, I'll ping everyone again because I can. Right, we're back, baby. We're back. What pedals do you have? I don't know. Let me search it up. I have got the Club Sport Pedals V3. That's right. Ones I've got. And the brake performance kit to go with it. So there you have that. If anybody's interested, because Jack just asked. UFC SLE, wow, big from you. Right, anyway, we're back. Don't forget your setups, please, everyone. Don't forget your setups. And in about 50 seconds, I reckon, we're going to be all good to go. And I'm just going to listen to the Fantech click one more time. Isn't that just a... Wait, let me hear if I can hear it on stream. Alright, anyway, 25 seconds is all it's going to take for us to finally get racing, and hopefully this time flawlessly, but you never know. The grid had to be set up. Took us around 8 minutes time, way too long, but that's 8 minutes of my life wasted, by the way, and I live in Europe, so, you know, I've got to wake up early, I've got a bedtime and that, so, got school, got a math test tomorrow, actually, end of semester math test. Can you believe it? Right. Finally, we're here, and we're going to get a formation lap, obviously, with ST. Yeah, I think all these positions are correct. Telemetry, we don't need that. We need this. Don't need any of that at the moment. And we don't need an interval. Bosh. Here we are then. Once again, we had this exact situation about 10 minutes ago where all the drivers were warming up their tyres. Oh! Did they just come together? Are they going to get disqualified for that? No, they're not, thank God, because ST Play's start would have been ruined and he would have dropped to like P4. I don't know what that Alpine is thinking. Is that Mike's pad? I think it is Mike's pad. Yeah, he's just steamed off into the distance. He's decided he's had enough, and he wants to lead. So, good enough for him. He's going to have a long wait on the grid, though, as we're going to look at the track map to see where everybody is currently. They're all bunched up pretty nicely, getting ready for the start. Procon, the last man to line up on the grid. He's got a job to do. Oh, getting very close there with the McLaren. I don't know how commentators waffle during the formation lap. Like, it's so boring. What is there to talk about during the formation lap? Like, oh my god, guys. Mike's pad has just taken the lead, and he's about 40 seconds ahead of the rest. Mike's pad lines up on the grid. Oh, it's such a good lineup, man. It's such a good lineup. As he sits there on his own. This is an iconic picture. This actually, no, actually, this goes hard. This picture goes hard. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. Lovely. Now we can go back. How do I? There you go. Oh my god! Look at all the drivers flurrying in to out of the final corner. That's the McLaren. About your life. What does that even mean? Right, a couple of drivers being disqualified. Mano in P6. That's not ideal for him. And definitely not for Procon, because he needs to get a good start. Anyway, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go. And finally we get a good start. And Firefly steams up into P1. Jack now takes P1. Is Harry going to try and get involved here? No, the Ferrari tries swinging one round the outside. Can't quite make it work though. We've got a little bit of a battle going on at the back. Then the Ferrari trying to make a move. There's a massive crash there. Harry is out of the session already. He flings one into the wall. And we've got a safety car. You only want to say that the commentator is the GOAT. Thank you very much, mate. I take that very highly. But it's a dream start for Jack, and it's a good start as well for Firefly, who can now sit behind Jack and try and make a move. Hopefully they don't crash into each other, though, as here we get the predicted pit stop strategy one more time. It's a 1-stop, preferably medium to hard, or a 2-stop of medium hard. Whatever you wish to do. But We have got a safety car. Who are the big losers coming out of the first... I've just fallen on my ass. Coming out of the first lap. So we've got Jeansy Boy making a really good start, actually, coming from P7 to P3. Out of all that chaos, he's the one who looks very settled. Procon as well, going from P17 to P12. That's some good work for a first few corners, actually. As we're back, it was only a virtual safety car, so I apologize for that. We're going to look now at absolutely nothing. We're going to just get an interval, and yeah, that's about it. Firefly now needs to chase down the man in P1, Jack, who has spun. Well, not right now, but like he did spin last race, and so did Firefly, and we only had 3 laps of running. So hopefully they don't reenact that same mistake again. But as we go on board with Firefly, this is of course a night race, so it's going to turn pitch black in a minute, hopefully around lap 20. But this time we did have a clean-ish start, not that many crashes. Harry unfortunately is out, so the reigning champion will not partake in pre-season testing any longer. That's a waste of his evening, but that happens. That's racing, as we see a couple of cars still coming around the final corner, so you can see the field spread is already pretty large. Are we going to get any moves going into the hairpin? It doesn't look so. McStackis maybe looking for a move on the Williams, but no, can't quite make it work. And we're back to square one. Nobody able to make moves, it seems. Firefly does go purple in the middle sector, so gaining a little bit on Jack. As Jack makes a bit of a mistake, so that gives Firefly the opportunity to stretch his legs and get a little bit closer to the Red Bull car. But this is such a difficult corner. The amount of times we're going to see someone spin there, it's going to be unbelievable as they make their way through this very fast right-hander. But at the moment, we can see a big field spread from P4 to P5. Firefly sets the fast lap of the race, definitely reeling in Jack ever so slightly, around 2.5 tenths. Firefly goes off the track completely, and that's going to give him a lot of time to lose. And look at that, Jeansy Boy is ready to pounce if need be. He's draining the battery now, surely, as we see Robert Boss going for a spin. Hopefully that is not a safety car. Jeansy Boy right on the rear of Firefly. Is he going to be able to go for potentially a move? He is very close, it seems, but they all have DRS, so it's a bit of a train at the moment, so I don't see the move happening, but you never know. A cheeky little dive bomb up the inside would be good for the content, but not good for the driving. But Firefly is definitely feeling the pressure, but he has got DRS to reel himself back in after that silly mistake, and he's made another little mistake as well, as Exotic moves up into P13, overtaking High Caliber's got him back, so that's a bit of a scrap going on at the back, which we'll actually have a look at. As we've got cars going side by side, we're going to go a 3-wide situation here. As Sinojo is going to stick one up the inside. Is he going to get past either of the cars? No, he's not, but we could get a small little situation. No, he is going to get past High Caliber. High Caliber losing out 2 cars in one corner. Very unfortunate for him, but that is racing, my friend. Could have positioned his car to the inside, but opted for the outside, and it's not worked out for him. SD Plays going quickly as well. Yellow flags in Sector 3. Who's gone round? It is... High Caliber going side by side and having a bit of a scrap. There's contact between the two teammates. High Caliber taps the rear end of Mastakis and actually gives him a time penalty for it. And that is really, really unfortunate. But Jack still sits strong at the front. Got a good, decent amount of ERS as well. Firefly deciding to drain now a little bit. Are we going to see a change for the lead then? The Alpha Tauri is eyeing up the rear end of this Red Bull. Is he going to send one up the inside? No, he's not. He's going to just about hold back. That's Jeansy braking really late, getting the best out of that McLaren, which is looking formidable at the moment after a really good start. Firefly just has to sit tight. But here comes Jeansy potentially. No, he's just saving his ERS a little bit, finding the right moment to go for a potential overtake. We're going to look now as Exotic, I believe, has spun round. Yeah, he is. Now he's sandwiched. And up the inside it goes. Luigi's Fen on Mike's pad. Mike's Pad just about holding on though, and it's looking like a really nice scrap as they make their way through that sweeping left-hander now into this right-hander where Luigi Sven is surely too far back, as we get a lovely heli shot of these cars battling it away, and under the hotel they go, and it's a really, really nice shot. It's a continuous shot, which is really unheard of, really, for Codemasters. They usually just have one quick shot and then it's to the next one. But this is a really nice helicopter shot indeed as we follow the cars through the Abu Dhabi circuit. Funnily enough, I was actually very close to this circuit when I paid a little visit to the Middle East over the Christmas break. It was very enjoyable. But back to the front then. GNG Boy now under pressure from the man who has the fastest lap. ST Plays is looking pretty formidable now as the top cars are all separated by around 1.8 seconds, sorry. And it's all getting very close up front with these four cars. They're being very respectful to each other, so the racing has maintained to be really, really good. And there is a really nice DRS train forming here, so we don't often see that in F1WL. Oh yeah, Dr. Finian has been to Abu Dhabi in December as well. That's really nice, going to the Ferrari world and stuff. Yeah, that is really cool. I wasn't in Abu Dhabi myself, like in Abu Dhabi itself. I was at in Oman, Dubai and Qatar. So yeah, it was a really nice little trip. Yeah, Jack is definitely under pressure now. But he handles the pressure really well. He's had championship, you know, he's been racing since season 1, you know, it's his 8th season of F1WL, and I'm sure he knows how to handle this pressure, especially under these conditions. He's won championships before, so he knows what to do. As Firefly goes a little bit deep, having a lock up on the front left now, there's yellow flags again, and that is for McStackis, who's gone for another little spin, which is really unfortunate for him. As we're going to get a little bit of telemetry for the drivers now. Who's got more ERS? It looks to be Firefly, but he is slowly dropping out the DRS, which he's now actually gaining the gap back, but 0.8. It's not looking too good. ST Plays could potentially try and go for a move here up the inside of GNG Boy, but he has got a little bit more ERS as well, but doesn't look like there's going to be any big moves. This group is working really well together to try and pull away from Mano and collectively get as far as possible. If these four cars start battling, then a whole other group of cars could get involved. Well, not really, just Mano and potentially A22 as well. So it's definitely interesting to see how this dynamic of four different cars, 4 different teams actually, 2 different academies. So that is really interesting. It'll be interesting to see if the academies work together. To see if you know, McLaren, Mercedes. Oh no, McLaren is Renault, isn't it? Yeah, because of otherwise Alpine would be alone. So McLaren is still with Renault. So there's 3 different academies, but yeah, it will be really interesting to see if the Red Bulls have any sort of team orders. Of course, it's only pre-season testing, so you know, as the Red Bull team owner, I have not told them to do anything. I just told them to enjoy it, find your limits, don't go over them. Oh wow, bit of a mistake from GNG Boy. That's leaving him very vulnerable. Yet a massive moment coming out of turn 3. Not looking good for GNG Boy as ST Plays is eyeing up a move on the McLaren driver. The gap is now really large between Firefly. He's weaving to try and get out of the slipstream. ST Plays is going to be draining as he's going to try and get one up the inside. Firefly is also making a move, so we're going to get a double move from both drivers now. There's going to be a lot of scrapping around the rear end. The AlphaTauri takes the lead. ST Plays and GNG Boy are still battling it out under the lights here in Abu Dhabi. They're going to go side by side as they... Oh, Jack is as well. There's massive battling going on. All of a sudden, this is all happening. But no, Jack retains the lead and ST Plays makes a move up the inside of GNG Boy in the end. So now the order's been switched up ever so slightly. ST Plays is up into P3. But a lot of squabbling all of a sudden, and GNG Boy trying to go around the outside there. Wow, that is a very risky move to make if you're GNG Boy, but really audacious and really nice to see if you are watching this race. Not if you're driving in it though. But yeah, that's really stellar defending from ST Plays. Really nice late lunge from GNG Boy, but not able to make it. You can see Mano there closing up in the background, gained about a second on the cars in front through all this. We will put the tyre info on, I'm very sorry. There we go. So we've got everyone on mediums basically, apart from A22, who could be a dark horse late in this race. Procon as well, starting on the hards after starting last. And Maxakis and Robert Boss as well, but they've made a couple of mistakes. So I don't think they'll be completely in the mix. Anyway, Firefly is definitely eyeing up a move here on the Red Bull of Jack. So the squabbling continues as they make their way into the hairpin. Jack can't quite make a move. SD Plays will be eyeing this up and licking his lips. He's looking potentially for a mistake of from either driver. And here we go, we've got Jack diving one up the inside. These two Red Bull drivers really not wanting to give each other any room here as they go up the inside. Surely that's his move for the making. Firefly is going to stick one round the outside. This could be an incredible move if Firefly manages to keep a stick. He's got the inside for the next corner. I think he's going to have this one. And Jack cannot quite make a move. No, he can't. Incredible racing from the two of them. And this is just costing them time, though. But it's really, really good from the stream's perspective. As there goes Jack. Jack has made a mistake and he spun in the exact same corner. Yellow flags and a safety car. Or a virtual safety car. I'm not so sure. But Jack's kind of been saved there ever so slightly. And now he's right behind. And into the box come SD Plays, Mano, Firefly. They've all come into the pit lane. Jeansy Boy stays out though, so he's playing an alternative strategy. I'm shaking. I am shaking, mate. I'm absolutely quivering. But yeah, Jeansy splitting the strategy. A22, of course, caught in a bit of a pickle. Yeah, it's a full-blown safety car. So A22 caught in a bit of a pickle as he is on the hards, and everybody's going to get a free piston behind him. Yeah, so yeah, what F1WL just said, what Mikhail or Shadow just said is Lotus is really the dark horse here because he's got a different strategy, but this safety car has completely eliminated that advantage because in the background you can already see Firefly and he is a pit stop ahead of him. Yeah, this is really good for Tenojo, Robot Boss, Mixtakis. All of them are really going to benefit from this full course safety car. And a lot of the drivers who drained ERS like crazy are definitely going to be happy with this one. Because under the safety car, of course, you don't drive as quickly and you're definitely going to regain some of that ERS that you drained so desperately in the earlier laps. This also brings an opportunity for the Aston Martin driver of Mano, who has been quietly sitting, quietly ready to pounce. And he has also made a pit stop, I believe. Yes, he has. Onto a fresh set of hard, so he will be in the tyre warm-up stage for now. But Jack really got saved by this safety car. So he comes flying through, actually, under safety car. That's really dangerous. A22 gets a warning. Gets a track limit warning. And Jeansy pits, and that's the end for him. Because he was surely under the safety car. Oh, no, he wasn't. He was not sat behind the safety car. So this might actually be a really good move for Jeansy. Is he going to come out in the lead? No, he's definitely not. But he might come out. It's going to be very close, actually, to see if he comes out in P2. He has come out in P2. So, was that an overcut? I think, yeah, it was an overcut. SD Plays has been overcut under safety car. Mano also in a very nice position in P4. And Jack kind of in an alright position after an earlier spin, which should set him back a lot more, but safety car kind of blessed him. And there we go, P5 for Jack, as we see the beautiful AMG, the MG safety car blitzing it down the straight. Produces a lot of noise, actually, if you can hear it. No, not really. All we can hear is Firefly, who's leading the race in pre-season testing. But he's really putting on a really nice show as Firefly, making that incredible move, of course, around the outside. Yeah, I wonder how that worked, the overcut, sorry, under safety car conditions, because you have to stick to a delta, surely, but maybe Jeansy Boy raced it into the pit lane, went red in the delta, but when you pit and you're red, it doesn't matter, it just disappears. And SD Plays maybe just held himself to the speed limit. So that's really tactical thinking actually from Jeansy, and I rate that very highly. So yeah, we'll just be waiting for the final car. When the final car, so it will be in, not this lap, but next lap. No, this lap actually, because they just started a new lap. So at the end of this lap, it should be in, and we should be back to green flag running, which is what everyone wants to see. Everybody loves the restart. Stackers gets 3 seconds under the safety car, which I don't know how you could possibly even do that, but it's happened. So here we are. And yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see who comes out the worst and who comes out the best from these safety car restarts. It can cause drama, it can cause tears. Personally, I don't have good experiences with the safety car. It cost me a championship in season 4. So you know, I was leading the race comfortably by about 10 seconds. Then a safety car comes out, everybody bunches up, and I spin with like 1 lap to go. But that's racing, I guess, and that's how I did not score any points whilst I was leading, and Jack gained I nearly did it again. I gained a lot of positions for that safety car. And also, let's not forget that iconic moment when Matt Copper, I'm not sure. Well, anyway, when Matt got a penalty on the safety car, that just shows the rookie that he is. But he did win the Monza last season, so you know you got to respect him. The last actual race in Tier 1 was won by yours truly, Matt. And there we go. Safety car is in this lap. As we see all the cars now slowing down so that the safety car can get a bit of an advantage, enter the pit lane, and then it will be Firefly who directs when the safety car wants to go, when he wants to put the pedal to the metal. All going to come down to when he goes, and if he goes late, and if Jeansy Boy manages to read it, or if Jeansy Boy does not read it and gets left for dead. So here we go then. Firefly can go whenever he wants. Is he going to go out of the final corner? Surely he is. He's going. Oh, Firefly, mate, where are you going? What? Firefly, what a save in all fairness to him. But Mano has made a massive inroads then, as Firefly makes a massive dive bomb up the inside. What a move. So a load of commotion as we see all cars going up the inside. A couple of cars making contact potentially. A22 making a move up the inside. There goes Jeansy. He's out, surely. Out of the. You can see the front wing flying everywhere as Mano makes a massive dive bomb up the inside. Jeansy Boy is indeed out of the race. Mano now can't quite make the move, and that is absolute carnage. As Mano now trying to make another move, so is Jack. Jack is up to his first position that he was in. Absolute carnage in the hairpin. There's 2 cars spinning round. That's Mike's pad and Mano, who have just gone round, and oh my god. I've lost my voice because I was at a football game. Okay, allow it, please. I was at a football game before this, and I was absolutely screaming because we scored in the 99th minute. But massive move there as well for NXX Exotic. Jack Ledford's having troubles with his grandma's Wi-Fi. That sounds like a skill issue to me. But yeah, SD Plays has taken the lead after all of that. And Corker Malakas goes for a little spin as well. So all calm is restored. I apologise for the squeaky shoey time. But what happened, okay, basically, give you a little recap. Firefly had the safety car restart, and he basically spun on the safety car restart. That bunched everyone up because there was a massive, moment, but he kind of kept he went to P2, and then he dropped eventually down to P4. Then he made a massive dive bomb in turn 1, which got him from P4 to P1 in the end, which put Jeansy offline. And then everyone was bunched up. We were like 5 wide going up the hill. And then, speaking of a move here comes Firefly round the outside of Jack. Jack's not good, and they cannot afford to lose time to ST Plays. They have to stay in the DRS, and then a load of commotion. We had 4 cars going 3 wide, the 4 sets of 3 wide in the hairpin, and it was crazy. It was one of the sickest things I've ever seen in racing. And Jeansy, massive crash for him as well, crashing the same way Harry did, but then on the other side. So yeah, that's a bit of a recap of what happened. High Caliber getting 3 seconds, and going for a spin is Procon, so his race going from bad to worse, to be honest. As Luigi's Fen is having a quiet little recharge. Massive lift there, it's really unnecessary, to be honest. But yeah, more yellow flags as we see another car spin. Not sure exactly who that is, but A22 Lotus has actually set the fast lap because he's on the medium compounded tyre. So he will be making another stop, I reckon, unless he's going to stretch these mediums to the very end. But Jack is now going to be under intense pressure from the medium compound tyre runner that is Lotus, who's also quick as well, just as a driver. So I'm going to be very interested to see if Jack battles this or if he just lets Lotus through. Of course, Lotus needs to make these moves ASAP. He can't be stuck a slower compound of tyre. It will just make this stint practically, because he's going to lose a load of time in the end if he pits or if he doesn't pit. Nonetheless, he's going to lose a lot of time. But there is a DRS train forming, and that could be very costly. We're going to go to Robert Boss, as he's also in a bit of a DRS train, and Arnold Gamer is outside that DRS train, so Mike's pad is going to be eyeing up a move here because the car in front does not have the DRS, and Robert Boss might be trying to sneak one through and follow Mike's pad through. Sorry, my throat really hurts because, like I said, I was at a football game. Yeah, Luigi has made a comeback, and he was nowhere in the first half of the race, and even last season he was nowhere in the first half of the season either. He was really not performing, and then the end of the season it was just, he was different gravy, and he turned into a title protagonist, and we just saw all sorts of results from Luigi. So that was a really good performance. But Jack now still under intense pressure from A22, who was draining his ERS, saying like, I need to get past. He absolutely needs to get past. And yeah, SD Plays is basically chilling pretty comfortably. Is Lotus going to make a move up the inside here? No, Jack holds on. Who's doing a good job to save his ERS? Yeah, he is. A lot of drivers are actually saving their ERS. Some better than others, of course. As we got another spin, that is Robert Boss. So yeah, Robert Boss, the man who was behind Mike's pad, has made a mistake. And look at that, Tenojo is out of ERS completely. So that is unfortunate for him. But Arnold has now eventually caught up to the back of Luigi Sven, who is really struggling. You can see the low amount of grip that the Mercedes has in front, and it's just not looking all that hooked up for the Mercedes at the moment. Luigi Sven, a man of very high class, but seems to be struggling ever so slightly now with grip, understeering and sliding through every corner now as we enter a new lap 16 of 29 then, well over the halfway mark, and this would be a good time for the people on the hards to box, as Mano, I think, has spun. No, that was McStackis who has spun for the 100th time today. Oh, look at this, Mike's pad right up the rear end of Arnold Gamers. Not going to make a move up here like Max Verstappen did. He's going to take a wide line here, trying to get the best exit that he possibly could. Because we don't always need a tyre info, man. It's not that important, is it? Look how much of the screen it takes up. Anyway, we'll keep on for a little bit, but it takes up such a huge amount of the screen. Anyway, here we go then. Mike's pad surely can't make a move here. No, he's in the DRS train. Arnold Gamers. He's protected by Luigi Sven. As we go to the front, someone spun, and that's Exotic. Exotic has made a mistake, and yeah, you want to see what the tyre everyone is on, but I want to see the track, man. I can't see nothing. As we go back to the front, Firefly, using again this once again amazing shot, is putting the constant pressure on. What's the ERS situation looking like? Yeah, SD plays not looking good on the ERS front. As we have another spin, it's Robber Boss once again. Firefly has been going off track a lot of times. Been going off so many times, has Firefly in the first corner. And Jack is still under constant pressure from Lotus, who just can't make a move. The DRS train on this game is so overpowered. You literally cannot get past if you're not in P2. Yeah, he's just not gaining at all, it seems, and Firefly is happy to just play the long game. But here, surely he goes for a move. He's so close. But no, that was a massive voice crack, by the way. I'm sorry. Oh, Firefly really pushing it through here. He's going to send one up the inside. This could be a big move. Not quite making the move, though. He's going to keep one a nose down the inside. Is he going to be far enough to make a move? Yeah, he is. He's not really. Oh, and again, going off the track. He's really not playing it smart. This could be a massive move. And it's going to cost him heaps of time. And this is also going to hinder his Red Bull teammate, who's just been backed up into Lotus. Lotus, if he plays his card right, could be a factor in this race, but he is on the wrong set of tyres. You know, he still has to go 12 laps on mediums, so they're going to be, what, 20 laps old, which the mediums cannot do. They physically cannot do that. Unless, well, he's going to get a puncture, probably. And he's got a time penalty, so he's going to be really slow at the end, and he's going to get, can't speak. 822 is not on a setup, by the way. Oh, that's rough. That's good from him, though. Showing really good pace then. But Mike's pad, again, really close up the back of Iron Law, but surely he's going to go try and make a move now. He's draining all sorts of ERS. Yeah, he's drained it all, and now he's going to get a good slipstream run, but Iron Law Gamer has countered that by deploying some of his own. Oh, big lock up on the front left. Sure, yeah, but he doesn't really run into the back of him. Luckily, no contact there. But again, a very hairy F1WL or Mikhail clearly has not watched the stream because Jack's spun twice. So no, he's not exactly been keeping it entirely clean, but yeah, he is showing consistency in terms of lap time and spinning as well. He's only spun twice, in all fairness to him. But yeah, he's doing a good job. So is Firefly, so is SD Plays. SD Plays doing a really good job, actually. He came off a bit of a rough season last season, but he's really shown that he could potentially be a contender for the championship this season, which would be a massive achievement, especially in Tier 2. Tier 2 has always been a really competitive tier, and it's one of the best tiers in terms of attendance and racing. And oh, here we go, Mike's pad, surely enough to make a move around the outside. Is he going to be able to swing one around the outside? No, he's going to take a really wide line though, and he's going to get a very good exit. But so is Arnold actually, and he's just going to steam away with the ERS usage. Yellow flags, Mixtakis, or no, that's High Caliber who's made a mistake, and he's off the track as he makes his way onto the track. And oh, Firefly has made a move! Massive crash! Wow, I've just about been able to catch that. Firefly has no front wing left. There was a crash with SD Plays, and I don't know who was at fault there. SD Plays gets a penalty as well. Oh, Firefly's race is in the bin, and that's his race over. Wow, what commotion here nearing the end of this Grand Prix. Jack now takes the lead. Lotus now trailing ever so slightly. Does SD Plays potentially have a little bit of wing damage from that contact? Yeah, Jack does do that. I was into the pit lane. Comes A22. I told you, A22 is not going to make it to the end. As he comes into the pit lane, and that's going to unleash Luigi into P3. He has to gain around massive twitch there for Luigi. He's going to have to gain about 3-ish seconds, and then he's actually going to get P2. So this could be a really good performance from them. Back to Ty though. And we're going to go on board with Mike's pad. There we go. Still, he's finding it difficult. Oh, yellow flag. Oh, that's a safety car. Is that a full core safety? Yes, it is. It's a full core safety car. And this is very good for the likes of everyone, really. This is going to be interesting. We're going to have a final few lap shootout between the 15 drivers that remain. I'm interested to see if we're going to see anyone pull into the pit lane. Jack enters the pit lane, so does SD Plays. What does Luigi do? Is he going to inherit the lead, or is he going to box? It looks like Luigi enters the box, so does Arnold Gamer, Mike's pad as well. Tenojo stays out. The first man to gamble is Tenojo. He's going to take the lead, I believe. Yes, he is. Tenojo takes the lead to make it a theoretical Red Bull 1-2. A22 makes massive gains out of this. Does he? I think he does. A22 makes massive gains. Yes, he does. As he's up into P2. Firefly gets 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Not ideal for him. His race goes from bad to worse. As poll of who will win. I reckon A22. A22 does have a penalty though. Jack does not, and he's on, theoretically, fresher tyres. It'll be interesting, though, to see what Tenojo can do. Because he's gambled to stay out, and I think this is going to be a really good decision from Tenojo, because he's got people behind him with penalties. And he can hold on, actually, pretty... You can hold on pretty well at this track. We've got a migrating host. I hope I haven't disconnected. Luigi Sven has. That's for sure. It is just Luigi, so I'm going to send him an invite. So I apologise for seeing the menus. We will be back very shortly. Right then, this is going to be a very sick. Surely he has to let Jack through there. He won't let Jack through. I already know. I know for a fact he's not going to let Jack through. Yeah, exactly. There is no reason to let him through. It's pre-season testing. He's just going to do what he wants. He's going to go for the W. That's what I reckon. If he gets the W, that's the big question. But yeah, I agree with Matt. I don't see a reason why he'd have to give up. I mean, it'd be silly for them to crash. That is definitely true, but yeah, it is looking good for Red Bull at the moment, which is music to my ears. I love saying that sentence. Getting at some really nice shots here of all the cars weaving down the main straight. You can see Jack doing everything he can to put some temperatures into those tyres. High Caliber retires under the safety car in the pit lane though, so it's all good. Hopefully we can get racing again this lap, but there's going to be one man who hopes there's not going to be any. That won't restart now. Also, there are a couple of people on the soft compounder tyre. Is that the right decision? No, it's not. They're not going to last. They're going to be absolutely terrible. That's what I want to say. They're going to be absolutely terrible at the end of the Grand Prix. I don't even know if they'll make it, but slapping on a new set of mediums is definitely the way to go. Safety car is in this lap. We're about to go green once more. All the cars are bunching up. Yeah, softs do die after like 3 laps. Softs are terrible on this game. They are absolutely shocking, and it's definitely the wrong decision for the people who made that decision. Yeah, ST Plays could have thrown away a really, really good performance here, but all we can do is wait and see. Tsunojo then, when is he going to go? Hopefully he doesn't do a Firefly and spin it on the restart. He has any opportunity to go when he wants, and he's gone right there and then, and he's got a good jump on his competitor Jack and his teammate Jack. 6/10 the gap then. How long is he going to be able to hold on? We're going to see a massive amount of grip difference, and there you go. We're going to go on board with Jack just to see the amount of grip. This is like a Verstappen Hamilton level reenactment, but this time it's only pre-season testing, but it's already getting exciting then, which just shows F1WL is going to be an incredible season this season. But yeah, ST Plays, there we go, making moves early on, and now this puts pressure on Jack. Jack needs to get past Tsunojo, or he's going to get swallowed up by ST Plays. ST Plays draining all sorts of ERS now. Tsunojo has to concede that position, surely. Hopefully he doesn't get... Oh, he's going to get dive bombed, isn't he? But yeah, there we go. ST Plays swings one up the inside. There he goes. Oh, Tsunojo tries battling it back, but he can't, surely not. He's going to drain all of his ERS now to try and stay ahead of A22. A22 realizes how important it is to get past Tsunojo. It's going to ruin his race if he can't get past here. He's going to swing one around the outside. This could be an incredible move if he manages to make it stick. It's going to go all the way around the outside, and he's made the move stick, surely, unless Tsunojo can outbrake him by a mile here. This is turning out to be a really good scrap. Tsunojo now has the inside for this corner. They're leaving each other enough room, just about. Incredible racing as A22 swings one round the outside. And that was compromised for this line though. Oh, and he keeps the position. What an incredible, incredible set of corners of battling between those two. Immense respect for each other. And now A22 can set his sights after Jack. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Mike's pad retires from the session. Could we get a safety car again? Maybe? No? No. Pro Khan also retires. So that could be reason for a safety car, but I don't think it is. Tsunojo now has to desperately hold on for the coming few laps. Oh, Jack getting really close to coming into contact with ST Plays. It's looking like a brilliant scrap for the lead here. Jack has to hold on. He's got more ERS than ST Plays, but he's not got track position. ST Plays swings one. Wow, that is very aggressive from ST Plays. Jack's just going to concede the position. He knows those softs are going to be awful come the end of the race. There are, of course, still 5.5 laps to go. So it's going to be so close. And when Jack gets the DRS, it's going to be over for ST Plays, considering he has a penalty as well. But, of course, it stays interesting because A22 or ST Plays, I believe they have the same amount of penalties. Yeah, they do. So we're going to see who can come head in that front, but he has got quite a big gap to A22 Lotus, and Firefly makes a move up the inside of Mano up into P9. He goes then, was of course a contender for the race win, but that has now slipped away. A22 not looking good on the ERS front though, and yeah, look at this, he's going to be under pressure. From Ironlow Gamer is Tsunojo, but he's also got a penalty. So a lot of drivers with penalties, and Tsunojo is going to get swallowed here because he's got no ERS at all. And yeah, Jack has held on into that DRS, which is absolutely crucial, and he's got loads more ERS. But if he would get a penalty, I think this could be a really exciting race for the lead. Now 4.5 laps to go. Then is Jack. Jack has got the DRS, so this could be the deciding factor. That DRS is crucial. Oh, we've got a spinning car. It's Firefly. This race comes from worse to even worse. Funny little wordplay there, but yeah, Jack is putting in an incredible performance, and surely will win this race now. As yeah, there we go, the flashing light of ST Plays indicating he is under 10% ERS. Is he going to go one around the outside? No, he's not. He's just going to sit back. He knows with this penalty there is no way ST Plays can win this race unless Jack makes a very silly mistake. Tsunojo though putting in pretty decent stint, it must be said. And he has gone for an alternative strategy, which doesn't seem to be paying off just yet, but it could pay off if those softs do die off come the end. We have only got 4 laps of racing left, and Jack seems to be in firm control of this Grand Prix. Robert Boss boxes probably try and get the fastest lap of the race, currently set by... That's not the one. Currently set by SD Plays at 126.1. That's miles clear of the rest. Jack just sitting back. He knows this is going to be easy for him. But Luigi is someone who has to make a move now, as he makes one up the inside of Tsunojo. Is Tsunojo going to send one back up the inside like Sergio Perez? But no, he's not. He's just going to sit tight. Luigi in first gear. That is an odd gear to use for that corner. I like to use it in fourth. So yeah, that's 3 gears difference. That's quick maths right there. And yeah, Jack is very close. And he knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's not going to win on track. Well, he might. On the final lap, he might just charge up a great little move for the lead of the race. But yeah, the restart was a lot of fun, but after a restart it gets a little bit dead. But hopefully we get a little bit more sparking action from the likes of Tsunojo and Korkumalakis, who's getting trailed very closely by Mano, who could try and get in the mix here. Just too far back to make a move in turn 1. It's unheard of to make a move in turn 1, to be fair. Absolutely unheard of. But the softs, I must say, they're holding on quite a bit better than I expected, and that's a spin for NXS Exotic. Unfortunate for him, but we're going to continue riding on board now with Mano, trying to scout out that 7th position on track. It's not going to matter because he has got a time penalty, but maybe he could potentially get it removed. So are we going to see a move from Korkumalakis? Actually, he's going to... No, he's not. But this could open the door for Mano. Oh, there's going to be a bit of scrapping. Mano looks for the opportunity to send one up the inside. Going to try and go for the switchback now. Mano gets a brilliant exit, and that is going to be move done surely for him. No, Korkumalakis is going to keep fighting this one. And all this is actually being really useful for Tsunojo. They're going to keep fighting it out as Korkumalakis backs out of that one. And now Mano has somewhat free air to chase after Tsunojo, who's put in a nice... Oh, what a dive bomb from Mano. This could be a move. But no, it's not. It's just about not going to pay off for him. The Aston Martin just has to settle behind the Red Bull for 1 lap longer, potentially. And as we enter lap 28 now, Jack holding firmly in P2, but has the race lead, the technical race lead. A move up the inside of turn 1. I just said there was not a move to be made at turn 1, as he forces Tsunojo ever so slightly off wide, and he actually keeps the position by doing that. Oh, up the inside here as well. Mano is going for moves that in places I have never seen before, as he's going to try to go on round the outside. Tsunojo is going to keep battling this one though. Is Tsunojo going to get the DRS? Yeah, that was a very sloppy mistake from Mano, because he's just going to get sail right past. Is Jack also going to make a move? We're going to go quickly to Jack to see if he can make a move up the inside, and we're going to see Tsunojo does get past Mano, but is it going to be for the rest of the... No, yeah, well, they're still battling. Oh, 5-second time penalty, Tsunojo, for corner cutting. Could he potentially get that removed? Maybe not, because there was a lot of scrapping between them. Oh my god, that was dangerous. Tsunojo then brake checking, and that is going to be, well, most probably a race ban, isn't it? That is disgusting. Or did he try to give the position back? I think he tried to give the position back, but that is a dangerous way to give the position back. I'll give him that, because now he can get his, yeah, I think it was to give the position back, because now he can, now he doesn't have to, he can get the 5 seconds removed. Oh, and that's 3 seconds, and his race is going from bad to worse as he's just cutting corners like crazy now. We'll go to the lead, where now Jack is fighting for it. Is he going to make a move round the outside? Oh, brilliant move, but he's done it really poorly, because he's not going to get the DRS. And that is the end of that. Because, oh no, actually, he's got a really good exit, but ST Plays has got that DRS, and the last thing you want to be doing if you're Jack is squabbling for an unnecessary position that you're going to get anyway. ST Plays staying composed though, not making any silly moves, and retaining the lead. Is Jack going to be able to be quick enough off this exit to go around the outside of this famous corner on the final lap. It's a bit like Abu Dhabi 2021, but this time the Red Bull is attacking as always. He plays, sticks one up the inside. He's going to hold on up the inside. Jack's going to have the momentum, and he's now also going to have the inside. Oh, they come close to contact. Jack keeps the position. Is A22 going to send one up the inside? Oh, he thinks about it, and he has a half-hearted lunge, but that's not going to be enough. That is not going to be enough. If he wanted to make a move for the win, then he had to do it soon, and he had to not get a time penalty. But this race could only be won by one, and it's by the 3-time championship winner. Jack wins in Abu Dhabi. Brilliant race from him. Composed, collected. It's what he does best. It's Iron Lord Gamer then coming across P4. And yeah, that is just what Jack does, isn't it? He has some incredible performances, and they cannot go unwatched. Absolutely insane. Unfortunately, Tenojo's gamble did not pay off, and that finishes it off as Firefly crosses the line in P9. Not the day he wanted, but it is the day that Jack wanted. And the champagne is sprayed for pre-season testing, and that is the weekend wrap for F1WL. All three tiers raced. All 3 tiers had exceptional fun, and that is that for pre-season testing. Wow. Okay, so Jack wins this race then. SD plays with a fantastic strategy actually to finish off in P2 with the fast start of the race. A22 finishes P3 with Luigi Sven with an amazing comeback drive, 5 positions up in P4. Iron Lord Gamer finishes P5, also a really good comeback drive. And it's Mano who finishes where he started in P6. It's Kulkamalakis P7, Tenojo P8, Firefly after a disappointing race in P9. Mixtakis rounding out the top 10 after a lot of mistakes. Robert Boss as well, not scoring any points, well, any theoretical points. And it's NXS Exotic in P12, Mike's Pad P13, Procan P14. These all didn't finish from P13 down to P16. They did not finish. So in that perspective, it was very unfortunate. But that wraps a weekend of racing, a weekend of fun, but a weekend of preparation as well, as all the drivers now know what's coming up. It's round 1 of F1WL, which is coming up on Saturday, 8 PM. It's going to be Tier 1 who sets us off, and Tier 3 at Sunday, 6 PM, and it's Tier 2 this stream right now. In a week's time exactly, we're going to know who won in every single tier. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next week as well, because next week is where it all